A big turnout for a breathtaking annual homecoming spectacle. The pep rally and bonfire on the University of Alabama quad. The flames reached high into a dark, crisp Alabama autumn sky, and they go right along with this year's homecoming theme, Excellence Lights the Crimson Flame. That was a scene last night, and take a look at this. Here is the scene today, all along University Boulevard. Thousands have gathered this afternoon for another homecoming spectacle held every year right in the heart of the University of Alabama campus. About a Tua Tagovailoa touchdown pass's length from Bryant-Denny Stadium. It's time to celebrate all things Houndstooth Crimson and Hawaii 6-0 so Alabama.
Live from the campus of the University of Alabama, it's WVUA 23's coverage of the 2018 Homecoming Parade.
Hello there and happy homecoming. I'm Lynn Brooks, joined as always by First Lady of Alabama football, Miss Terry Saban. Always so good to see you, Miss Terry.
It's an honor to be back. This is really going to be quite a tradition. I don't think too many coaches in the United States can say that this is our 12th annual anything.
Right.
It's an honor to be here.
We've been doing this a while, and I want to mention something about what we're wearing today. Normally we have the big homecoming mums, but this year we're trying something a little different.
Yes, in honor of our quarterback, Tua. This is a lei. The orchids actually come from Hawaii, so it's in place of the traditional mum. We're trying this out this year.
Love it, love it. And we want to thank our good friends who helped sponsor this and make this possible today. Para helped us with the stage, also Tuscaloosa Flower Shop. And, you know, you've done a lot of things since we were here together last year. You know, we've had, just a national championship. Just minor things like that. And one of the things we always like to do is take a look back at some of the family photos. You want to do that?
I would love to.
Let's do this.
See what you found.
And thank you so much for sharing these with us
that's a good
each year.
one.
What is, oh, wow.
That's our team at the White House this year. You know, whoever wins the national championship is honored by being invited to the White House. And that was a wonderful trip for us. I don't know if you know this, but our team actually prayed with the president on the steps of the White House.
Wow.
So that was quite an honor. We're getting to know the different rooms in the White House pretty well.
You've been here several times.
I know where the secret bathroom is now.
Oh. You always need the facilities no matter where you go in life.
And that's our family, our daughter, Kristen, our son-in-law, Adam, in the White House, yes.
Gorgeous. I think we also have an Easter pic, right? Look at this.
Dude, that's our granddaughter, Amelie.
Aww.
And she'll be 5 this December. You know, Coach Saban's in charge of the Easter egg hunt.
And she's out here somewhere watching the parade, right?
She's here with my grandnieces, and they're somewhere on the boulevard watching the parade.
Oh,
yes.
And watching Miss Terry broadcast the parade today. Also, you've done a lot of charity work. Nick's Kids, always very active in our community.
You know, every time we win a national championship, one of our favorite things to do, favorite projects, is to build a Habitat for Humanity house. And this year we were able to build house number 17. We raised $100,000 at the golf outing. We gave away $500,000 this year at the luncheon. And there you see we're breaking ground at the new Juvenile Detention Center addition, which will house 6 welding units to teach these young people a skill before they leave the detention center. So we're proud of that. You see the Smith family there in house number 17.
And the team really got involved with this one.
They did. I was proud of their work ethic. They came out there quite a few days and participated. They helped build, they helped paint, and they actually called to make sure they were there when the family moved in because they really took pride in helping to build this house.
Oh, and you guys have the big smiles on your faces there. Also, you help out with local teachers as part of Tide for Teachers. That's always a special event for teachers.
You know, we honor, at Christmas time, we honor one teacher from every local school. This year we honored 50 different teachers, and then we invite them to a game. At Christmas, we give each of them $500 worth of gift cards to show them our appreciation for what they do. So every year we have 50 more new teachers that we can honor and thank them for all they do. And this, you'll see this at the game this year.
Also in your beautiful Hawaiian lei, I should
I
add.
did have a lei.
It's
Yes.
local teachers, local heroes. Actually.
Exactly. Well, I taught school too, so I know I know what a commitment it is to help
Yes.
young people, and it never ends. I think kind of once a teacher, always a teacher. I feel that way now.
Absolutely. Well, I want to talk for a moment about your husband, about Coach Nick Saban. You know, he has high expectations for his players. He also has pretty high expectations for the fans. So we're going to take a look at what Saban said.
I think there's a lot of good teams in our league. I thought that from the start. I thought, everyone in our division, on our side of it, has a chance to have a really good team.
I think there's a lot of good things that we did, but I also think that there's a lot of things that we need to fix. I'd appreciate it if you would, sort of look at some of the things we didn't do so well and write about that. So maybe I can show it to the players and say, look here, man, here's something you can do better.
Why are the best the best? Did you ever think about that? Can you learn before you have to pay dues? Most of the time they have great work ethic. They have great competitive character. They're always very well prepared. They're driven and committed to being the best that they can be, and they're willing to make all the sacrifices they need to make to be that good. And it's uncomfortable, it's hard, it's difficult. When I first came here, we used to play that tradition thing up there, and everybody was cheering and excited and happy, and there was great spirit. Now they don't even cheer. They introduce our players, nobody even cheers. I love all of our players on our team. And I think as parents out there, you could relate to this, that you love all your children. You all can beat me up for that if you want. Look, our players work too hard, and they deserve to have everything and people supporting them in every way and have tremendous spirit for what they've done. Some people can do it, some people struggle. I don't know, maybe there's something else somebody ought to talk about. Maybe I shouldn't talk about it. Maybe I already talked about more than I should. All right, see you later.
Oh,
Well,
yes.
In a nutshell, I can tell you, Lynn, I think that's all about we can always be better.
That's
We
right.
can always be better. I sit with Nick on the plane coming home from away games, and he grades every single play
Right.
from that game. And it's all about plus or minus, minus, minus. So he's grading every single play and saying we can get better on that. That's really
Yes.
what that's all about.
He does
and
not
don't listen to the rat poison.
He doesn't like complacency.
Exactly. Or people telling you how good you are.
Now
He
listen
doesn't
to
wanna hear
this.
that.
I know this week has been a week for you to help get fans inspired, and one of the things you're helping do is bring back
Dixieland Delight.
Oh wow, into Bryant-Denny Stadium.
Exactly. Well, it was a tradition for years, and I think that what happened is some of the students, some of the fans took advantage of the song, and just it was a playful thing, but it still was. I think I mentioned it before. I call them potty words were used
Sure.
in the song, so we just wanted to clean it back. We want to bring it back,
Yes.
and we want it to be fun, but we want it to be clean and classy. I have a good feeling. I think that everybody's proud to have it back.
Yes.
And I think we'll have fun with it and do it the right way.
Yes, a reminder from the First Lady of Alabama football. Okay, clean and classy.
and done the right way.
And do it right. I tell you something else we do right. Every year here on the Parade broadcast, we let you ask Terry anything. And we had a lot of response on social media, and we've got Chelsea Barton standing by with some of those questions. Hard to choose which ones, actually.
Hey, Chelsea.
Hey, ladies, happy homecoming. It was so hard to choose the questions this year. We had a huge response, but we had to narrow it down to just a couple. The first one comes from BW, and he wants to know, Miss Terry, does the Saban family order mild, hot, or extra hot when they go to Taco Casa?
Okay. I can answer that. It's a little embarrassing, but I order two. I order a mild and a hot so that I can cleanse my palate with a bite of mild. And then I like the hot, so I take a bite of hot. And then I take a bite of mild.
Little bite.
Bada boom, bada boom.
Bada boom.
So that's my answer. Both.
One in
Best of
each
both
hand.
worlds.
Mild and hot.
Mild and hot, that's the way to go.
Yes, ma'am.
The next question comes from Elizabeth, and she wants to know, Miss Terry, what's your favorite memory so far living in Tuscaloosa?
Ooh, there's so many wonderful memories. You know, when you're a football coach's wife, football kind of overshadows everything because that is your life. And when you ask me that right now, the first thing I think of is Mount Cody. Blocking with that big maul, with that big hand.
Oh, wow.
Blocking the kick that would have made, wasn't it Tennessee?
Yes.
Win that game, and he blocked it.
Oh,
That's
wow.
the first thing I think of. I'm sure there are a lot of wonderful other memories and certainly a lot of good things that have to do with my granddaughter as well. That's the first thing I think of.
Awesome. Chelsea.
That was a good moment. I remember that well, too. Our last question today comes from Sarah, and she wants to know, what is Coach Saban's favorite homemade dessert? We know he loves the oatmeal cream pies, but what's his favorite homemade dessert?
Okay, I cook. I love to cook. And I have his favorite things are Italian, spaghetti, and the hot dogs. He likes meatloaf, really just down-home country food. But I'm not much of a baker. I like to go and pick up things for the game. His favorite sweet dessert is carrot cake.
Oh.
With a scoop of vanilla ice cream.
With the cream cheese icing?
Cream cheese icing, yes.
Oh, my gosh.
There are a lot of places in town that make great carrot cake. Edgar's is one of our favorites, and Mary's makes a great carrot cake. So that's what I do. For home games, I have a carrot cake and have some vanilla Bluebell ice cream in the fridge.
Whew, that sounds so good. That sounds so good, making me hungry. Well, Chelsea, thank you so much for these great questions. And by the way, how cute is Chelsea's hat?
Loving the hat.
We love the hat, Chelsea.
Thank you, homecoming hat. 4th year. It's a tradition now.
We had to dust it off this morning.
If we won every homecoming game, you have to keep wearing that hat.
Lucky hat.
Have to keep wearing it. Have to keep wearing it.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. And
have a good day,
we
ladies.
also have a very special cheerleader to help us get into the homecoming spirit. So let's see who that is.
Hey, Mommy. Hey, Miss Terry. Roll Tide, roll! Alabama. That's who we're cheering for.
I know who that is. Is that Emma?
Yes, that's Emma.
Your
that's
little
our sweet
girl.
Emma.
She has grown so much.
She really has.
That was
and
adorable.
She loves to put on her Alabama cheerleader outfit and do some cheers and get everybody in the spirits. And she has a lot of energy.
Lynn, that's one of the great things, a really important thing about college football, college sports, is that it's family oriented. And
That's
everyone in the family can participate. And I think they really start at a young age. And before you know it, you're alumni and you're coming back home for homecoming. So all these people lined along the streets on this beautiful fall day, you know, they love their school, they're coming back to their school, and then you see all the children being little cheerleaders along the edge too. So I love it that we can start early developing a love for Alabama.
And let's take a look. We have a beautiful street level shot. I wonder if we could take a look at that, because this crowd, Terry, and you know, you and I have been doing this for a lot of years. I think that this is one of the biggest parade crowds we've had. Look at the little cheerleaders.
Oh, they're precious. I think you're right. I see a lot of tents, the streets lined at least 10 deep as far as I can see. And this should promise to be a really nice parade. Certainly, the temperature is great. I'd say 70, 72 degrees. They're saying it might be as low as 60 when we start the game, which is perfect for me. Perfect for me. So the temperature's great. There's a little breeze. The leaves are just starting to turn, and it's a wonderful crowd.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And you see the parents, grandparents showing the little ones where mom, dad, or grandpa went to school, and sharing that love for the Alabama Crimson Tide and for the University of Alabama. Just a gorgeous day for homecoming. And we want to remind the folks at home that we are going to be with you throughout the duration of this entire parade. We're going to bring it to you from beginning to end right here on WVUA 23. And a lot of folks wanting to know why we're wearing these leis this year. And so I don't know if people could ever really appreciate how good these smell.
Yes, these are little orchids. They came from Hawaii. Pat's Florist put them together for me. I thought they
Yes.
did a lovely job, and these are beautiful flowers.
Yes, these are from Tuscaloosa Flower Shop. It's a little bit hard to see down in the, there you go, down in the bottom of the shot. But these are beautiful. It's a gorgeous array. Our special thanks to our good friends at Tuscaloosa Flower Shop for providing this gorgeous set decoration. Also our good friends at Para. Tuscaloosa County Parks and Recreation help us with the stage. It takes a lot of staging and a lot of work to make this parade broadcast happen. So
It's really professional. They did a nice job.
it's great. And we have front row seating for this parade, which is inching closer and closer and closer to us as we speak. And I want to find out from you, what's this year been like behind the scenes? I know we've seen the national championship and all that, but you've also had a lot of exciting things behind the scenes. You've enjoyed your granddaughter. You guys are having a ball here in Tuscaloosa.
We are, but I'll start back, take a step back, Lynn, and tell you the way that it all started. You know, at the end of every season, we lose so many coaches.
Oh, yeah.
And so you have to start by replenishing your staff.
Oh, wow.
And I have to say, this is one of the best staffs we've ever had. A lot of young talent, good coaches. But when I say young, we've got a lot of babies on this staff, which I love. You know, but every Sunday, the coaches' families get together and we have dinner together at the new cafeteria right next to the Malmore building. And just to spend 20 minutes with Dad before he goes back to the office, before the children go to bed.
Right.
But it was so funny this year. I had to go get a dozen high chairs because the staff is so young and there's babies everywhere. And I'm always telling the moms, like, you have to be quiet. No, you don't. Just have fun with it. So just replenishing the staff with a wonderful young group of people. They're great coaches, great families, and a lot of babies.
And it's an important part of your job to make that unit have that sense of togetherness. And I know that you are a big proponent of tradition and building those traditions. So when these new staff members come in, one of the most important parts of your job is to make sure that there is that cohesion.
And that they're happy. You know, the biggest thing is if mom is happy, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
But to see that they have a home that they like, that they're in a school where their children are comfortable. And I do feel a real responsibility to taking care of the coaches' wives.
Yes.
Because Dad's working, and it's very important work, and he's gone a lot. So I try to be as supportive as I can with the wives and their families.
You also help Nick enjoy the softer side of things, too.
Who, Nick? Did you say Nick?
And now the parade is here. It is finally approaching our parade stage here on University Boulevard, and we're starting out with the U.S. Air Force ROTC drill team.
You know, one of the things I love about the drill team is that they actually have get scholarships. So while where they're getting their education, they're also preparing for their military life. Oh, look at that scene. Love our cheerleaders. Love our Big Al. He comes to see me every game in the box.
Does he? Yes, you get a special visit from Big Al.
Got a little kiss. Yeah.
Love it. And our Grand Marshal today, Dr. Kathy Randall. She was instrumental in starting the computer-based honors program back in 1978. One of the top 31 University of Alabama graduates of all time. And also a friend of Terry Sabin.
She is amazing. And she's thanking me and I'm thanking her. She's incredible. Yeah, it has a lot to do with computers, information technology. That is the way of the future.
Of course, there's our good friend, Big Al.
You know, Lynn, we have a lot of cheerleaders, but we need to have a lot of cheerleaders because they have to split up. They have so many duties to perform, so many athletic events to perform that they couldn't do it all.
That's right.
So you have the white group and the crimson group.
And we have the Crimson Cabaret. You'll see them at halftime and sideline routines at Alabama basketball games.
I just talked to Cassandra recently, and she said they're really busy this time of year in their recruiting.
It's recruiting season for a lot of people.
Basketball. I
Here
believe
comes-
that's the $1 Million Band coming this way. They are incredible. Yeah, I'm going to take a minute to put a plug in. When our band comes on the field pregame and they play the theme of the Marching Elephant, I'm trying to get everybody to be on their feet, shake their shaker, and when the head of the elephant starts raising up in the air, I want everybody to cheer so loudly. Here they come. Dr. Ken Ozello does a great job. I think we have some of the prettiest Crimsonettes in the country.
Gorgeous.
I'm always telling them we need more shots of our pretty girls up on the boards. I'm saying, hey, we're recruiting here.
We're recruiting. It couldn't hurt, right?
Right.
Some beautiful, beautiful ladies. The $1 Million Band has been a treasure in Alabama for nearly 100 years. So you talk about
amazing.
tradition. That's really incredible.
You know, the university started back in 1820, and I saw a recent statistic that in 1831 there were 52 students here.
Wow.
Only 52 students. And what
Look-
are we now, Lynn? In the 30,000?
Oh, yes. Getting close to 40.
You know, when the University of Alabama first started, it was actually called a seminary of higher learning. Can you
That's been a
imagine?
long
That was a
time.
long time ago. Seminary of higher learning. You know, come to think of it, if it was 1820, we're going to have a 200-year anniversary coming up pretty soon. We need to do some special things for that.
We need to do something big.
Maybe we could have a big singer come to town.
Let's do it. You're watching the University of Alabama's $1 Million Band, and you're watching the annual homecoming parade on WVUA 23. So glad that we could bring this into your home today.
Here come the Crimson Cuties.
And you used to do a lot of this, Miss Terry. You were a baton twirler back in the day.
I was a twirler, yes.
You were the queen bee, right?
Yes. With the Busy Bee Band, yes, I was.
Was your school? Did your school have bee colors? What
Well,
were
we
you-
did. We were blue and gold honeybees.
Yes.
Yep.
The queen bee. You've been the queen bee for quite a while.
Oh, those were the good old days.
Mhm.
So the Crimson Cuties are probably preparing so that someday they will be an official Crimsonette.
This year's 2018 homecoming queen, Katie Buhai.
Oh, isn't she pretty? And this was just announced last night, was it not?
Yes, at the big pep rally
Well,
and bonfire.
congratulations, Miss Katie.
Sponsored by Kappa Delta.
That's a pretty card, too, she's in. The license plate on the car, Footloose. That's cute. Oh, was that-
Jasmine Hall in the
Yes.
homecoming court.
Bailey Clark, Virginia Dodenhoff, Jasmine Hall, and Jordan Watkins completes our homecoming court. I think every little girl learns how to do the queen wave.
The wave of the homecoming court. And of course, these are all
That's so cute.
elected by the student body here at the Capstone. all around campus this week. You could see signs and shoe polish on everyone's car windshield. Who to vote for.
Well, that's a pretty red Mercedes. Ooh, yes.
A lot of Saban ties to Mercedes.
Yes, and our son works at the Irondale store in Mercedes, and he loves what he does. Every little boy loves to play with cars,
Sure.
so that's his dream.
Sure.
Dream come true. Miss Abigail.
So she's a UA grad. And then we have Miss University of Alabama, Riley Kate Lancaster, part of the University of Alabama Scholarship Organization.
You know, Lynn, I noticed as I was reading through all of these pageants that every one of them has to do with scholarships, which is a wonderful thing. It's not just about beauty and talent, but they're raising money for scholarships as well.
And that provides choices and opportunities moving forward.
Exactly. Miss Tuscaloosa, outstanding team.
Catherine Delaney, Mary Catherine Delaney, Miss Tuscaloosa's outstanding team, and then Miss Tuscaloosa.
You know, the UA equestrian team is not that old. This is something fairly new. I think 3 years. Oh, look at the baby coming.
Aww.
I think he just winked at us.
Aw, look at that hairdo, Miss
That is
Terry.
pretty cute.
So cute.
You know, Mary and Bill Battle, when he was here as athletic director, they prompted the beginning of the equestrian team, and there the baby bowed to us.
Aww.
That is really sweet.
With the script A on its hide.
Oh, on its hind quarter. Very nice.
And we have the Helena Bells from Helena, Alabama.
So typically Southern in their beautiful hoop skirts and their straw hats.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. Alpha Chi Omega having fun. I think they've been having fun for a few days, Lynn.
I think so. They are not shy about getting right up in the camera.
You know, Mal Moore's granddaughter is on that float.
Is that right?
I'm so glad she's back at Alabama.
Oh. And what a legacy, Coach Moore.
Exactly. I know she's proud of her grandfather.
Very proud. This is a happy, festive
That is a happy group.
group. Their philanthropy is prevention of domestic violence. So they're
Something very timely that a lot of people are talking about, and rightly so.
followed by MJ's Academy of Dance. Performing to the Alabama fight song.
You know, Nick often laughs about the fact that he gets tongue-tied in a certain part of our fight song because they sing it in the locker room all the time, and the players tease him because he can't get that part straight. But I've noticed that that happens to a lot of people, so I've asked them recently to put the words of the fight song on the ribbon board, so you should see it up there.
Well, thank you for that. Giving us the lyrics to make sure we get it right. We have the lyrics also to Dixieland Delight today, right?
Oh, yeah, that's to make sure that we get that right.
That's right. Clean and classy. Clean and classy.
This is a real popular dance academy, Miss J's.
And we're told every class at MJ's begins with a smile and ends with your dancer feeling proud of herself. Their slogan, MJ's, where the best keep getting better.
You know, for a little girl to be a part of a team of dancers,
Yes.
I think it's a wonderful thing. It teaches responsibility and discipline, and they're getting exercise.
That's right.
Maybe I need to
It's
join.
productive. Yeah. We could all use a workout, couldn't we?
Exactly.
Well, and being part of the team, and I know that Coach Saban has talked about that through the years, that he's always been, since he was a tiny boy,
Yes.
always part of the team, and that's one of the things that he treasures
Absolutely.
the most.
We talk about that. You know, I think retirement is still years in our future, thank goodness. But when we talk
Yes.
about that, it's one of the things he says, I don't know if I could
Yes.
not be a part of a team, some team. And I think he would miss that.
If you've been part of a team since you were
Yes.
9 years old,
Exactly.
the thought of not being part of a team would be kind of scary.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have to worry about
We're
that
not
for a
going
long
to go
time.
there.
No.
And there's
Always.
John Merrill, Secretary of State. John is a Republican. Secretary of State, very important position.
And a University of Alabama graduate, so we're very proud of that.
Very proud.
And also went to high school with our sports director, Gary Harris. So both of them did well.
Exactly.
Alpha Delta Chi rolling in front of our stage now, followed by the Blunt Scholars Program.
Oh, they're quoting Socrates. Did you see how they quote? Socrates said, "Roll Tide."
Of course he did. Theta Sigma.
I like that, embracing tradition, continuing our legacy. What is everyone saying now? Where legends are born.
Yes, and where legends are made. A look at the many, many Alabama fans who are here for Homecoming 2018 at the Capstone.
You're getting a back glimpse of young Price McGifford, who's student body president. I've known young Price since we moved into our neighborhood. He would come knocking on our door just to chat about football or Alabama. And I tell you, he's doing a wonderful job.
He's also helping out with the Dixieland Delight campaign to keep it clean and classy.
He was a big part of it and really helped a lot with the students. He's a very energetic young man.
And I know our students will follow through, and all the rest of our fans as well,
really
to keep
good
it
about
clean
it.
and classy. And you mentioned that one of the things that people love when they are alums, when they leave the university and come back as alums and they're looking back at their memories, one of the things they remember are the fun things they did at sporting events.
The traditions.
We have some beautiful young ladies rolling in front of our stage. Little Miss Tuscaloosa.
I think every young lady on this float has a crown, so I'm not sure which one is the queen, but they're all beautiful.
Little Miss and Teen Miss for Tuscaloosa and West Alabama. Followed by Alpha Delta Pi.
And the Bib Bells right behind them. More hoop skirts.
From Bibb County, a major civic group there in Bibb County. They're ambassadors for the county. Alpha, Gamma, Delta, very colorful. A rainbow theme.
You know, shopping with my granddaughter recently, it's all about rainbows and unicorns.
My Emma had a unicorn jacket that she loves, yes.
So June buggies. I think we have a beach theme. Oh, there you go, Lynn. Look at all the leis.
Yes.
And grass skirts and palm trees and shakers.
I love it.
A great combination.
I love it. And some of those sorority members are handing out leis alongside the parade route.
That's nice.
So they're making that a fun giveaway. Excellence lights the crimson flame, it says on the side of their float, which is the theme of today's parade.
Oh, look at the little dog on the float, and I think he's wearing a lei.
There's a poodle. You can't see it at home, but they have looks like a Labradoodle.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. A Labradoodle wearing a lei. How fun. The Alabama Southern Miss Scholarship Program. It's their 13th year for the scholarship program, ages 4 to 18.
Oh, that's cute. That's car racing thing.
The race is on. Some of these.
This is Miss Pennsylvania I was talking
yes.
about. Now think about this. We get a Miss Pennsylvania here at Alabama because she chose to go to nursing school at Alabama.
Great choice.
How about that? You know, I'm from
Great
West
choice.
Virginia, so Pennsylvania was just right over the border from
That's
us.
right.
And we do all of our shopping in Pittsburgh, the big shopping. And here is the College of Nursing. How appropriate.
We're so proud of the College of Nursing. And of course, these are the ambassadors of the program. You're looking at folks right here that are all going to have great jobs.
That's exactly right. We need more good nurses.
Major nursing shortage right now all across the country. So
And they have a brand new building that's just beautiful as you first approach campus. Here we have Pi Omega.
this is one of the university's largest sororities. And you can see by this big group, there are dozens and dozens who have come out for this great homecoming parade.
Their theme is Chi Olympics. And again, everyone's wearing leis.
Right.
That's a common theme.
I think it's catching, Terry. I think it's catching on.
I think it is.
Well, and as long as we had warm weather this year.
It was perfect. Why not?
Right. I think one of the warmest Septembers we had back
There's
on
Jim.
Jim Gibbs and his 1949
Chevy truck. That is a good-looking truck. Here comes Tri-Delt.
with a disco theme. Delta, Delta, Delta singing Dixieland Delight as they roll through.
The good version.
The good version. What Terry Saban would say, the potty mouth version.
No potty words.
No potty words. No. Tanning Oasis. This is Tua.
Oh, no, look at that.
Look at that.
I hope he's proud of that. That's pretty cute.
Look at that.
That's pretty cute.
And what a special guy.
He is. He's a wonderful young man. Helps a lot of people. Helps in the community. Helps our team. He's quite a leader.
His tremendous character. And you can see it shows.
Let me tell you, we have a great team. Jalen Hurt is a wonderful young man.
Yes.
He's a great leader. We're just so blessed to have wonderful young men on this team.
Delta Zeta.
Oh, there they have the national championship trophies.
Ah, lots of them. 5 national championships
Pretty amazing.
here at the University of Alabama.
Yeah.
Just have to pinch yourself.
But, well, we're not allowed to talk about it.
Oh,
at
of course
home.
not. Of course not. No complacency.
No.
No complacency is the enemy.
Look back. Never look back. We say, be where your feet are. Where is the next step, and how do we get better? I love the elephant. Yay.
The elephant is one of the traditions here in the University of Alabama's homecoming parade. And if you're just joining us, you're watching live coverage on WVUA 23. So glad that you're with us this afternoon for a beautiful homecoming.
You know, Lynn and I were talking right before the parade. We always wanted to have a live elephant in the parade. I'm afraid that is going to be the closest we're going to come to an elephant.
Maybe they'll just bring him back every year.
I understand there are concerns, animal rights activists, and we certainly wouldn't want to do anything to harm an animal or be uncomfortable for an animal. So we'll settle for the.
Sure. Yeah. It would be fun, though, right?
It would be fun.
To have a real elephant.
Well, that's nice. Our core values.
That's gorgeous. Lighting the flames of faith and learning. Battle, honor, Bryant.
Like it.
Nice tribute.
United Methodist Church advertising.
Located in downtown Tuscaloosa.
I think Champ the Elephant already came by.
Gamma Phi Beta decked out in pink. And the Cinderella Scholarship Pageant.
Again, they focus on worthwhile community efforts and fundraising for charities and scholarships.
The cuties.
All right, see that phrase right there, Lynn? That's
Yes.
what we have a hard time saying.
For Bama's pluck and grit.
Have writ her name in crimson flame. Now you say that fast 3 times.
And that gets everybody hung up a little bit. Yes.
That's why we have the words up on the ribbon board. Kappa Delta just went by, and I hear a fire trick coming. Roll Tide.
Their banner says, "We are on fire."
I see the University of Alabama parent group. I think this is a wonderful group. And, you know, we do the same thing with our players, where we have a parent group that supports their sons playing on the team, and they tailgate together, and they share ideas and thoughts together. I think it's really important to have parent involvement.
Phi Mu, shoot for the stars.
That's my sorority.
That's
Lynn.
you, Terry.
And our daughter, too. Had some good times.
Did you enjoy your time at Phi
We
Mu?
had wonderful time, wonderful memories, and we did a lot of good community work too. And I was proud when I was in Phi Mu, we had the highest grade point average of all the sororities. I don't know if that's the case now, but
Nice.
we were proud of that. I think it's one of the benefits of the Greek programs that they really demand high grade point averages for the people in both sororities and fraternities.
Very high
It's a
expectations.
It's a positive thing. You know, we missed the Tide truck you and I were talking about. It's a laundry service for students. I think it's a wonderful thing. And they charge by the pound. So you have a certain price for 10, 20, or 30 pounds of laundry. And you can imagine for young people, sometimes they don't even have access to a washer or dryer. So they have this little pickup service that's real reasonable. So it's great.
And it keeps them from taking that big, huge basket home to mom.
Exactly. or sitting for hours in a laundromat.
Or maybe just not washing them at all.
That's even worse. Yes.
Theta Tau. It's a professional co-ed engineering fraternity chartered here at the university in 1922.
Well, I just know that when we have recruits who are interested in engineering school, we're lucky because we have a wonderful engineering school, and we'd love to brag about it and show them the results of our engineering school. And I like that it's co-ed.
Yes, more than 1,500 members of Theta Tau, followed by Crimson Racing. It's a student design team that's part of the mechanical engineering department.
I like that.
So they design it, they build it,
They get ready for Talladega.
then they race it. They get ready for Dega. That's right. Autistically Alabama, a great service organization here in our community, followed by Alabama International Girl.
That reminds me of Disney's It's a Small, Small World.
Look at those beautiful faces. Gorgeous little girls.
I took our granddaughter to Disney for the first time when we played down in Florida, in Orlando area. So I took the morning to take her to Disney. And it was so great. It was so much fun.
Did she love it?
Oh, she loved it. Yeah, she outlasted me. I had to leave after about 4 hours, and she kept going.
They never run out of energy. They never do. The National American Miss Alabama Queens. Their goal to grow confidence, and they also teach real-world skills. So just those basic life skills that you need to be successful.
People take it for granted, but you don't often leave home knowing all of those skills. So I think it's great that they are taught, and certainly we try to do the same thing with our football players. Just how to keep a checkbook, how to do laundry.
And that's one of the things that here at the Alabama program that is really, it's something unique, is trying to instill not just values of winning, which is obviously important, but also character values for life.
It's an important part of every program.
Look at these beautiful ladies.
You know, I just saw that discussion recently. What's more important, character or leaving a legacy? And I kind of think that both are equally important, because you have to have character, in my opinion, in order to have any kind of legacy to leave behind. If you leave a legacy without character, it would be certainly an empty one or a shallow one. So I like to think they go hand in hand.
One of the things that I really respect about the Saban era here at the University of Alabama is that Coach has been the coach of second chances. And I have seen so many of the individuals that he gave second chances through the years
and
go on to be wildly successful.
And most of them are success stories.
Yes.
You'd like to think that they all are, but truly, most of them are success stories. Because you don't just give second chances, you have to have discipline along the way, and you have to have guidelines. You have to help these people along the way make better choices.
Right.
But in the end, it's worth it.
So easy to criticize, but it takes a lot of time, effort, and commitment daily to actually see it through.
Exactly. You know, speaking of which, you know, we are big believers in the First Generation Scholarship Program, and we donate to that, and real proud of the efforts that we've put into First Generation. But we don't just hand out scholarships to First Generation. We teach them, We check on them, we check on their grades. They meet periodically and find out if they're having problems in school and help them along the way.
So there's follow-up there.
Bama Bells Junior Gentlemen. Like to see the guys involved.
This world certainly needs more gentlemen.
Involved in beauty pageants. Definitely. We need an arm to hold on to, don't we?
Absolutely.
Miss Alabama United States.
It's a scholarship pageant, 4 age group divisions. They've got junior teen, Miss and Mrs.
Notice there are a lot of red gowns in this parade.
Oh, we're hearing Dixieland Delight again, Terry.
Yes, we are.
Oh, and they have an instruction sheet. Can you see this?
Sit in your seat so Coach Saban can see you are there. I love it.
Riding that elephant.
That's pretty cute. Well, Nick doesn't miss much. He is certainly a man of details.
Zeta Tau Alpha.
I'd like to think that everyone at this parade, everyone in the parade, everyone watching the parade will be in the stadium this evening. It's an important game for us. You know, Nick watches the film, he comes home and he shares his worries and concerns, and this team really has a great offense. They have a great quarterback. You know, previously our defensive backs had some problems and some concerns, and they even had their own little team meeting without the coaches, and they said we gotta get this fixed. So anxious to see what's going to happen on the field
Tonight at 6 o'clock, Alabama taking on the Missouri Tigers. And I think from here on out, I think everybody we play is a Tiger. Come to think of it.
I didn't realize that.
Thinking of the mascots we have coming up.
Really.
A
So
lot
we
of
have
Tigers
to
in there.
Tame those tigers.
Tame those Tigers, that's right. Another float with that Dixieland Delight. So see, it's catching,
catching.
I think it is catching.
There's our equipment truck. I don't miss a game, so every away game, there's the truck waiting on us, because there's no way you could put all that equipment on our team plane. It would never get off the ground.
So that goes wherever the team goes.
Exactly. Yeah, they usually precede the team, and they're waiting for us there with all those heavy shoulder pads and helmets, and waiting on us to get there.
Our good friends at Tuscaloosa Fire and Rescue, you know, this past week was Fire Prevention Week, so Tuscaloosa Fire and Rescue reminds us to turn our attention to fire prevention.
Especially during the holidays, Lynn, you know, people light a lot of candles and fireplaces are going, so you have to be very watchful, very careful around your home.
So if you have any good lawyer jokes, now would be the time. This is the Student Bar Association. A bunch of future lawyers. Pick out your next lawyer right here on this float.
I used to wave at Grace Prince, who was a fellow student of our friend of our daughter's, and now here she is in town, a certified attorney. She is doing a wonderful job and earning her own way.
Yes.
And she was waving to us not long ago from that truck.
Daughter of our good friend Bob Prince,
nice.
who does the People's Law School right here on WVUA 23. We got Greenbow Aquatics.
You know, they do anything with the water. They, if you have a problem with lily pads or weeds in your pond or your lake, and they can create fountains and a lot of things with the water.
And we have the Homecoming Executive Committee.
And
so
they worked hard. I want to thank them. Good job. Good job.
And that is the ending of this year's Homecoming Parade.
No kidding. It went so quickly.
It did go quickly, but I tell you what, we're not finished yet. We're not finished yet. We're going to take a quick break and bring you more live coverage after this short break. Stay with us.
It was fun.
You're watching the University of Alabama 2016 Homecoming Parade on WVUA 23, brought to you by Pepsi.
Well, we are almost wrapping up our live broadcast from here at the University of Alabama today, but I want to thank some very, very special people. I want to thank Alabama Credit Union for sponsoring our Ask Miss Terry segment today, and also Tuscaloosa Flower Shop for our lovely arrangement. Our good friends at Para for helping us out with the stage. Of course, our good friends at University of Alabama and Parking Services for getting us all in here. It takes a lot of things logistically to make this all happen. So thank you to everyone and all of our crew working so hard behind the scenes. So I want to find out, before we wrap up and have to say goodbye today, I want to find out what's happening at home. So can I be a little bit Snoopy for a second? So
no, that's fine. I'd like to add to your thank yous, though. I'm looking down the street at this wonderful, thick crowd of people, all wearing their crimson and white, and who will most likely be at the game tonight. I would like to thank our fans for coming out today and being a part of the parade and supporting the team and loving their university so much. So thank you all. Our home, I pretty much have traditions at our home as well. I think about what am I going to wear to the game? Like, are
you going to wear this
ladies?
to the game? Is this
I
stay with that?
This is it. We'll stay with this.
I like it.
I made my big pot of chili, big pot of chili. We've talked about the recipe before. I love the chili. And
is it hot? Spicy?
It's a little spicy, but the kids are eating it too. I add a little honey to make it sweet. And then we have chicken salad and croissants. I've got Aunt Fran, Uncle Sid, my granddaughter's there. We have a house full of company. So we're going to be heading into campus very soon.
Going to the game. You're excited. I need to mention real quickly, too, Jennifer Fountain for hair and makeup today.
Yes,
Make
nice
sure we
job.
thank her.
Ooh, yes, I could use her more often.
We need to just take her everywhere we go. Well, it's going to be a great day and hopefully a great night tonight over at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Want to thank everybody for spending part of your day here with us at the University of Alabama's Homecoming Parade. From all of us here at WVUA 23 and for Miss Terry, have a great day and roll Tide! Roll.
Dixieland Delight. Do it right. Do it right.
This has been live coverage of the 2018 University of Alabama's Homecoming Parade on WVUA 23.